CareFest, New York, how are we feeling? I wanted Can You Feel It to be played, the Jacksons. I put that request in, it didn't happen, but we'll work on it for next time. Welcome to all of you, and what a pleasure it is to be here at CareFest in New York, and I know all of you are feeling the energy. Can you feel it? That is so great. So look who's sitting next to us. First of all, I want to say that was a clip from David Fortune's movie. It's an award-winning film called Color Book. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And root for his film. We want to see it in the theaters. We want to see it streamed, right, David?
Yes.
Let's do it. Let's make that happen. He's participated in numerous directing fellowships, currently serves as an adjunct professor. I want to take your class at the Savannah College of Art and Design, SCAD. That's an ATL.
Yep.
There we go. All right, you got only one person loving you. By the end, we'll get more. All right, you just don't stop. Don't stop.
Exactly.
Carlos Olivas sitting next to me right here. He also had a film that came out about his journey in May, right?
Yeah.
On PBS. So a lot of film folks hanging out today. He's an advocate for Alzheimer's caregivers, as well as mental health awareness along the way. Through his journey taking care of his father, he also developed something called the caregiver mindset. It's a framework that's focused on exactly what we were just talking about, rooted in lived experience as well as learnings along the way. He currently serves as the California Health and Human Services Agency Alzheimer's Disease and Related Disorders Advisory Committee. Got that all out there right there.
Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, I was like,
I have a hard time with that.
Yeah, I saw that and I was like, I'm just going to get that out fast, right? So men and care, important topic.
Yeah.
Reflect first of all, what does men in care mean to you? And why are you talking about men in care? And I'll start with you, David.
Men in care means so much to me because oftentimes I don't see, or we don't experience men represented in care. Predominantly when we're talking about cinema and television and commercials. And for me as a storyteller, I feel like it's my duty to present such topics and present such imagery. And so for me, being a caregiver to my mother, who in 2017, she had a stroke that affected her physical ability. You know, that journey led me to telling stories of such.
Right.
And I just wanted to make sure that people got a glimpse of the humanity of being a caregiver, but also understanding the struggle and the beauty that comes with it.
So first of all, I'm guessing the stages, number one was I'm alone doing this for mom, right?
Well, not technically, right? I have 9 brothers and sisters, right? So we all work together. But still, even doing a single task, it requires a certain experience and a level of care to treat your parent.
Right.
So it's not just me alone. However, in those moments when it is me and her, it does feel lonely, I would say.
And the family thing alone as well. It's just us doing this.
Yeah.
Then it was, wait, I'm a guy doing this. How long did it take for you to get to that point?
I mean, I knew it at that moment.
like
you know,
just like that.
Yeah, it's obvious. But for me, I didn't look at it as me being a guy doing it. It's just me trying to serve my mother.
Yeah. It's because you have 8 sisters, I guess, huh?
I have 6 sisters.
6 sisters. That's why. There we go. Yeah.
So, but for me, it wasn't looking at myself as a man doing this. It's just looking at it, I'm just trying to help my mom.
Right.
But it wasn't until you and I had a conversation 2 years ago where you put 2 and 2 together of being a male and being a caregiver coming together at one.
Yeah.
But at the moment, it was just like, I just want to help my mother get up the stairs.
Yeah. That's great. Carlos, for you, men and care, how would you describe that to somebody, and why you? Why did you decide to get into this conversation?
Why?
Yeah.
I was kind of forced.
Yeah.
In the beginning. We don't have any, I don't have any sisters. There were just 2 males. So we got a phone call from my dad's dentist, and I'm the emergency contact.
Got it.
And they said, we think your dad needs to have care. You know, at least take him to the doctor, look at it.
Right.
I went to a caregiver support group. No one looked like me. It was mostly women. and there was an age gap. But I left there feeling welcomed.
Right.
It was part of my tribe, and I needed to expand and grow with this. And that's why I am here today, sharing my journey as a man, but as a human, as a family member,
Right.
caring for someone that I love.
God bless you both for that, by the way. When did you raise your hand and said, I'm a caregiver? For me, it was like it took me probably about 3 or 4 years. Like I've been traveling back and forth from New York to California. This is about 10 years ago now. And it took me about 3 years to say, yeah, I'm a caregiver. Yeah, like in news, we have that lower third thing that gives our title.
Yeah.
And the first time it came up below me and I said I'm a caregiver was like 3 years in.
Yeah.
How long did it take you, Carlos, before you said, yeah, that's me?
It was after the facilitator of the caregiver support group said, you're a caregiver. And that embodied everything, the emotions, the strain, the fatigue,
Yeah.
the anguish I was feeling. I was gutted, and it was
Why?
hard.
What was the emotional
I
moment?
did not understand what I was going through.
Yeah.
I did not understand what my dad was going through. It was hard to see the man, the hero, that gave you life, that spanked you, that cheered you on when you rode the bike for the first time, or told you, unplug that, disconnect the breaker before you, dove into electrical because that's a safety concern.
That is funny.
It's like, and now the roles reverse, and I didn't know how to communicate with him. I didn't know how to meet him where he is at. And where was he? What was going on in his brain and his body and his spirit? How do you navigate that and feel confident in being that person that he can relate to?
The moment for me was, you were talking about what your dad taught you and what he meant for you growing up. And for me, it was, I remember my dad teaching me how to defend myself because I was kicked around a little bit as a teenager, not as a teenager, but as an elementary school student because I was very small. And I said, now it's time for me to defend him because he taught me how to defend myself. And that was very emotional for me to realize, okay, now it's, right?
Yeah.
They gave us this,
Yeah.
now we've got to use it.
Yes.
But in ways that we didn't think, because he taught me to defend myself so little Richard wouldn't get kicked around. Now I got to protect him, right? Because he needs it.
Absolutely.
And it's a mix of sadness but also happiness in a way, like because you're honored to be able to do that. It's your honor.
Yeah.
I get to walk him home.
Yeah.
And that's, how do you learn that?
I don't know. Tell me, please. How do you learn that?
I'm taking one step at a time.
Yeah.
And it's baby steps. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
Yeah.
It's taking time to pause and hold his hand
Yeah.
and let him guide me there.
Right. David, your sibs, mostly sisters, right?
Yeah.
Can you both be masculine, feminine, and a caregiver at the same time?
I don't even see all that.
Yeah.
I don't even see masculine, feminine, or even the term caregiver at times. I just see my mom.
Yeah.
When you talk about your hero, my mom raised 10 children as a single mother. You know, 10. I lost my dad when I was 2.
Wow.
And so she is the masculine figure in our household. She is the feminine figure in our household. She is everything, right? And so when that superhero can't even get up the steps alone,
Yeah.
when that superhero who loves to cook for our family,
Yeah.
all 10 of us
Yeah.
needs assistance doing that, the thing that she loved to do,
Yeah.
it hits you in the different ways where I'm not focused on the terminology, I'm just focusing on my mother's happiness.
Yeah.
Because what we don't talk about is, even though she was a superhero or she is a superhero,
That's right.
how does she still take that? Does she feels like she's a superhero to our family? And I want to do everything in my power to make sure that you still are the superhero. You still Superman, Superwoman, super everything. You know? And so it's my job as a caregiver to care for her in that regard and make sure her spirits are still lifted up.
Thank you, first of all. Yep. How do you show that to others? Because for some of us fellas, you know, it is that role of you got to be masculine,
Yeah.
you got to fit this archetype, and that message may not. That's the advanced lesson.
Yeah.
What you just said, right?
Yeah.
That's like caregiving 3. But caregiving 1, right, is
Yeah.
this, I'm a man, I'm masculine, this does not fit.
Mm-hmm.
How do you describe that? Because in that burrito of masculinity, I like burritos, by the way.
Me too.
Yeah, I like burritos. Just saying that. And so one of those big issues are, I got to be in control, because this is the archetype, right?
Yeah.
How do you describe that to others? Because you got your friends that you tell this to, and
Yeah.
you know, you got some that are
Yeah.
more open to this, and others that need caregiving 1.
Yeah, and what I'll say is throw all that away. Right? There is no control. There is no control of how your parents are going to respond. There's no control of what call you're going to get and how you're supposed to handle it. At that point, it's not even about masculinity. It's not even about being macho, being tough. It's about being supportive of the situation that's at hand. So it's not about how you present yourself or how you carry yourself as a quote-unquote man. It's about how are you cutting down your ego to support the person that's in need. So that's what I would tell any gentleman who's in our position of like, yes, there's that role of I need to lead my household.
Yeah.
But at that point, it's not even about leadership. It's doing the task that needs to be done. Whether it's just like, all right, my mom need to be taken to, you know, the emergency room, right? Or she needs her medication. Or simply a fact as, you know what, I need to help her cook the meal,
Yeah.
right? At that point, you cut down your ego and you serve.
Ego was a pain in my ass. I had to really shrink that ego, have a talk with my attitude,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then proceed.
Yeah.
And
That's real.
What did you say to Carlos? Carlos.
you better get your shit together.
Yeah.
You know, and I didn't have my shit together. I'm not perfect.
Yeah.
I'm not the best, but I'm present.
Yeah. Ooh.
I'm present. And that took a lot of understanding what presence is
Yeah.
and how to apply patience and then utilize strengths that my dad, the role model, provided me.
When you're trying to describe this to your friends, family as well, like cousins, how did you describe what you're doing for your father? I know in my family, we were one of the first in our brood of 90 folks that would get together for Thanksgiving. And we would say we're taking care of Dad right now. And it would be over, you know, turkey a la king. But we'd bring it up.
Yeah.
How do you socialize that in your family and with friends, that you're a caregiver now? How do you make it real for them?
Let's just say there's a family dynamic.
You can do quotation, air quote, whatever you want to do.
Get myself in trouble.
That's all right. Just us. It's just us.
Yeah. I have to make a stand and create boundaries that establishes a network of support for me that encourages me to be firm with the family and say, this is what's going on with Dad. He is declining. He's living with a neurodegenerative disease, and there is no cure. A lot of the things are irreversible, and we need to practice dignity. And how do we understand dignity?
Yeah.
How do you develop meeting them where they're at? I've had to learn how to communicate with my family. And I'm not sure if I'm doing a good job.
What's one of your tricks to communicate with your family?
Showing how to care for my dad and just being there day in, day out, at 3 a.m. in the morning, cleaning up the bathroom, or in the evening time, riding our bicycle.
Yeah.
You know, it's being there
Yeah.
every day. You know, like right now, I'm missing my dad, but I'm also on respite. I'm here. I can't wait to get to bed tonight so I can sleep without interruptions. That's where I'm at. And this is something I need to refuel. And hearing the speakers from this morning reframes the future of my care for my dad and how I am going to advocate for more change in the state of California and the country. We need to be unified together.
David, we saw a bit of your film. You've translated what you learned at home with Mom into your creative work.
Yeah.
How did you bridge that? Why did you bridge that? What we're seeing, what we saw for a little bit in Color Book.
So with Color Book, I wanted to approach it from an intimate point of view of how do we show Black men in caregiving spaces. And again, that's something that we often aren't seeing on the news or on social media or even in cinema. And I just really want to bring that image to the forefront. And when it comes to caregiving, I wanted to show the human balance of the experience of caregiving, right? What are the tough days? But also what are the beautiful days? And with caregiving, everything meets in the center, right? I look at my mom where I remember when I came back home from college and film school, I had to walk her to the car. And going to the car would take 2 minutes, if that. And it took 10. And I remember just wanting to just like, come on, let's go.
Yeah.
And that feeling that frustration, but also understanding that patience was something I had to learn. You know, but then also think about the beautiful moments.
Yeah.
For our Thanksgiving, my mom always cooks the turkey. And this time she couldn't cook the turkey by herself. So I had to help her.
It's a big deal.
Oh, it is.
Her not being able to, and also you doing it too. Yeah.
So we did it together because she's stubborn. So she still wants to do it.
Yeah, good, right? You like that. I do too, yeah.
And I remember I never cooked the turkey before. And I remember I put my hands inside the turkey and I felt something that wasn't feeling comfortable. And I was like, oh shit. And my mom was like, what you crying for? And she laughed and I started laughing and we shared this beautiful moment together over making a turkey.
Yeah.
And those are the powerful moments with caregiving that isn't always spoken of. Is that the balance of the tough days, the struggle moments, but also the beautiful moments that brings a smile and laughter to both your faces.
For sure.
And that's kind of what I want to show in Color Book was that this relationship between the father and his son who has Down syndrome. And the struggles that come with raising a child with disabilities, but also the beautiful joys as well. And bring it to the center and to the circle. And so I just brought my experience with my mom to this love letter between the father and the son.
How,
Yes, thank you.
I know there's a lot of people in the audience that want to know, so how many turkeys have you dug down into since?
2.
2 more. Okay. So now you're a pro.
Not necessarily.
Yeah.
That's why you got 9 brothers and sisters to help around
That's
with.
right.
But no, it's a beautiful experience overall.
Yeah. One of the things, there's a couple of layers that both of you touched on in mental health and caregiving. And one of the things that I would tell my team for the films that we worked on in caregiving was, remember, when we're out in the field and we're filming, when we're editing, there is joy despite difficulty. There is absolutely some new joys that you will discover that you've just described.
Yeah.
That, we wouldn't have picked it any other way, but if we don't allow ourselves to see it,
Yes.
then we're leaving so much on the table. I know this is not not necessarily a revelation to this group in here, but we cannot underline and bold that and italicize it and put it in 18-point font enough, right? That there's these great new things.
Yes.
And the thing I always remember with my dad is I would take him down the block for a walk like you were talking about, and there were 2 questions he'd always ask me as he was about, out of 7 stages, he'd probably stage 4 or 5, and we'd be walking along, and I got him in the arm, and he'd look over to me and go, "So you married yet?" And every day he would look over and say, "No, Dad, not yet. Still dating."
My mom still asks me the same.
Yeah. We'd walk about another half block, and he'd look over at me again. So, my dad's a pastor, by the way. So he'd go, "You want to be a pastor?" Every day he asked me those 2 questions, and I would just laugh out loud in the middle of the street because he did it with such honesty and joy each time. Are you married? You want to be a pastor? Tell me about some of the new joys that you have discovered with your dad. You and I were talking for a little bit, and I know you have a couple already, at least.
New joys.
Yeah, new laughs.
I bought a adaptive tricycle, side by side. So before I broke my leg 2 years ago, we were on a tandem bicycle, a regular tandem. So he would sit behind me, and he said, "I can't steer and I can't see. All I see is your back." Right? And we had so much joy.
Well.
In the PBS documentary, Matter of Mind, My Alzheimer's, there is a clip at the end where we're on the bicycle, and he stands up on his legs, and he's pedaling, he's pumping. I never knew that until the documentary.
Because he was behind you.
He was behind me. I couldn't see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Carlos was like this in the front.
Not steering.
Just riding.
But there was a struggle there because I had to communicate with somebody behind me to stop, speed up. We're going to turn left.
Yeah.
My other left. And now we're on this adaptive tricycle. We're side by side. And he doesn't need the pedal because it's electric. And I could kind of like get my exercise in, heal up my leg, and still have connection with him.
Yeah.
I can look over at him. He can look back over at me and gives me this smile.
Yeah.
Or he can say, "Look at the sky."
Yeah.
When it's about to, sunset. And he'll say, "Look at the colors. Look at the trees."
You would tell him that.
No, he would tell me. He points those things out.
Yeah.
Wow.
Isn't that great?
Yeah.
Wow.
And he's just riding along. Either he's pedaling or not pedaling, and he's having a good time.
Yeah.
And then I get to ask him, "What are you grateful for?" And he'll either say 2 things: "My 2 sons,"
Wow.
or he'll say, "Life."
Wow.
And then I know it's a good day.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
You never asked your dad those questions when we were younger, did you?
No, I kind of took advantage of. Took for granted that he was going to be there all my life.
Yeah.
Or at least be there to guide me through challenges and things. But now I say that he is teaching me how to care for him. And I get to lean on that so I can kind of be that masculine person with confidence and still lead him down the road.
Yes. Beautiful.
Is he teaching you how to love?
I think my parents did that early on. They were, they came from modest means, and they stayed together through thick and thin. And when my mom was going through her breast cancer and challenges with diabetes, he was caring for her.
Wow.
And he set the tone. He was a male caregiver before I knew what a male caregiver is.
Wow.
And I realized that, and I'm like, he's been there all this time.
Yeah.
My parents showed me the way.
Yes.
And here I am. Here we are. We're talking about care.
Yeah.
And how do we show that? How do we show we care for our loved ones? How do we show love? How do we amplify agency?
Yes.
How do we understand dignity? And how do we unify together what love is?
In caring for your mom, David, do you believe that your mom's teaching you the advanced lessons of love as well?
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
My mom and I, we have a very interesting relationship. She doesn't tell me she loves me. And nor do I need her to.
Yeah.
She always shown it from when I was yay high to now. Instead of saying I love you, she says, God bless you. And I know that's all the love I need, and that's all the love that she's giving out. And I'm okay with that. I've come to that acceptance a long time ago that my mom shows and she never tells. And when you have that relationship with your parent, then that's fine with you. And you guys have that chemistry, you have that rapport. And so my mom, she always teaches me the understanding of still read your Bible and pray every day. That's something she's never gonna stop. She teaches me the humanity of always treat people right. My mom, she always took in homeless people into our home. And I would be like, Mom, why are people living in our house that's not a part of our family? Who is this person? But it's funny, when I was teaching at SCAD, students would want to come into my class and was like, Professor Fortune, can I just sit in your course? And a part of me was like, no, you're not one of the students. But I remember what my mom did.
Yeah.
I'll bring them in.
Yeah.
Whether they're registered or not, they need a home. They need a place of learning. Bring them in no matter what. And so I remember the physical teachings that my mom used to do when I was growing up, and I'm applying that now, currently today.
God bless you.
Yeah.
How often does your mom say that to you? God
Oh, all the time.
Yeah.
When we're on the phone, when we're in person, before we leave, God bless you.
Yeah.
And that's our communication method. And that's all that's needed.
Yeah. Whenever I leave the house, because I'll go back and I watch my mom now, who is fighting dementia, and she'll always say, "You be good," and that's her saying, "I love you."
Yeah.
You be good.
Yeah.
One of the things, and we're getting to the end of our great conversation, I thank you both. Why is it important that we engage in this conversation as men? Why is it important that men engage in this very movement? Why is it important that men sit down and understand that they are not perfect at this and that we'll always be learning at this? Help me understand that. Carlos?
I think it's building a partnership, community, engaging in finding your tribe, building that support structure networking with others, community-based resources, your landscaper, anywhere, just being out there, engaging with yourself first, and showing that you are, you're not strong, but you are brave. You're courageous. You are a voice that could be heard. We need to be included, invited. We need to be seen and heard. We are humans first,
Yes.
and we are going to flourish together as a community.
I love that this conversation is taking place in a public space,
Yeah.
because men, we have these conversations personally.
Yeah.
Within our safe spaces where no one can see us, no one can hear about it.
Right.
It's just between me and you.
That's right. On the side.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But the fact that this conversation is happening publicly and we're able to share vulnerable stories, that increases growth. That increases people being able to be comfortable to stepping out and sharing their stories. This was the first time I spoke about my mother in this manner. I toured Color Book all across the nation, and I never had this dialogue. Never. And so in men having very vulnerable conversations publicly, it allows others to do the same.
And honestly.
Exactly.
What's your mom's name?
Rose Mooney's Fortune.
Rose?
Yes.
What's your dad's name?
Carlos Olivas Jr.
Rose Louie. God bless all of them.
Yes.
And thank you all, Men in Care.